Marv is next. Says Sorokin is still broken. Confidence killed. Varley shows decline. Oh shit, I didn't think of Varley. Injuries to top players. Sorry, let's just look at that one at a time. Sorokin is still broken, and Varley shows decline.
It's over. We don't have to go any further after that. Like that's it. Because Varley kept them like afloat, and if he looks like a 37-year-old goalie or whoever old he is now, not good.
Keep in mind the Islanders had the 8th best save percentage last year at .904. 8th, and Sorokin was bad. Okay, so and they were still well within the top 10 save percentage in the league. So if both of our goalies are falling off simultaneously, good night.
Yep, that's
Holy crap. And then he says, injuries to top players and lack of depth forces lines into unfamiliar places with lack of chemistry. I really like that second, the lack of depth.
It's true, because if there are injuries, like if God forbid, Horvat, Barzal, Nelson, if any of those three have to miss time, a lineup's going to look real ugly real quick.
Yeah, because you have to then bump up other guys, specifically down the middle, where we don't have anyone who can bump up into a top 6 situation down the middle. Right? Jean-Gabriel Pajot, for all his qualities, is not a top 6 center.
Nope.
In a championship caliber team. And by caliber, I mean like trying to win a cup. He's just not anymore anyways. And we don't really have anyone. Well, we haven't seen the AHL roster fully, but I don't believe we have anyone who can step in and play in a top 6 situation for the Islanders successfully right away.
No, I definitely don't.
So, second one says Coach Roy gets frustrated and resigns. Lambert is rehired as coach. And team spends remaining salary cap on hair gel.
Oh, God. Marv, you're losing me.
Oh, man. Imagine we rehired Lambert. That would be... Oh, we would be the butt of every joke in the NHL.
It'd be like the Buffalo Sabres plan.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't understand why they rehired Lindy Ruff. I don't get it.
God knows.
My God. And then he says, and we still make the playoffs and get swept in the first round. Lou signs a 5-year contract as GM. Oof.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Lou signing a 5-year contract would be worst case scenario, but I would not sign up for that. Right? I'm sure
well, I think it would just mean more of the same.
Exactly.
Which is a part of it being the worst case scenario, because we'd want change if that happened for the Islanders this year.
I want a more aggressive GM. I get that he's to a flaw. It's not to a flaw, but to a quality conservative and isn't going to panic. I'm not looking for a guy who's going to panic. I'm going to look for a guy who's going to maybe take a little bit more risk with his acquisitions. And I get that Lou did bring in Robin Leonard, and that was a risk. That was once. That's it. And that was his first year where he didn't know what the hell he was doing with this team.
Yeah, that is really true. I'm trying to think. I'll say this. While I would like, if something goes off the rails this year, they miss the playoffs, whatever, and they move on from Lou Lamoriello, I would be for that idea. What I do want to say is I do want to show Lamoriello the respect because he's brought or helped, not only him, but he helped to bring stability to this team who was really a laughingstock in the league for nearly 2 decades before he got here. And they've been a consistent playoff team essentially the entire time he's been here. They haven't won a Stanley Cup, which is obviously the end goal here. But I went through a majority of my life with this team never sniffing the playoffs. And they went on 2 very deep runs. They've won, God, I don't know, 6 series, maybe, something like that.
Sounds right.
The first 23 years of my life, they won 0. So there's that.
Once.
Yeah, in 2016, they finally won one. So yeah, it would be time. I don't want to see Lou sign a 5-year extension, but at the same time, too, I don't want to necessarily kick the guy on his way out, because I do think he deserves some positive recognition too.
Yeah, I totally agree. You're right. He's transformed this franchise, stabilized it, turns it into a professional hockey franchise, which is very commendable. But at this point, it's okay, you've done your thing. we need new voice at this point. But yeah, I wouldn't want to kick him all.
If we were doing this show 10 years ago, we'd be talking about our head coach who lives in the basement of the general manager and is hitting fly balls.
That was the former backup.
That was the former backup goalie. Correct. Exactly.
Unbelievable.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.